In this video, we're going to take a look at accessibility tools that are available in OneNote. Specifically, we're going to look at Immersive Reader and Dictation Tools, and we're going to look at them in three different versions of OneNote. The 2016 desktop application, the OneNote for Windows 10 app, as well as the online version of OneNote. We're going to begin by looking at the accessibility tools available in the desktop version of OneNote. So right now we are in OneNote 2016, and you can see in my toolbar I have a new toolbar here that says Learning Tools. So if you are using the version OneNote 2016, the desktop application, you do need to download this toolbar separately. You can access this toolbar by going to the following website, onenote.com/learning-tools. And if you scroll down towards the bottom of this particular page, you will see an area over here that will show you where you can find this toolbar and download it to your computer. So this last option over here, it says OneNote Desktop as a free add-in. If you click download now, it'll walk you through the steps of doing the installation. You do need to close OneNote when you are doing the installation, and then you can launch it once the installation is complete. So we're going to pop back over to OneNote since I already have it installed, and when I click on Learning Tools, I have two options. I have my Immersive Reader and I have Dictate. So when I click on Immersive Reader, what it's going to do is going to take that OneNote page that I was just viewing, and it's going to format it a little bit differently, and now I have Immersive Reader available so that this text can be read to me. So you can see here the first word on that particular page is highlighted because this is where it's going to start reading. So all I need to do is come down to the bottom and click play.
Machine-generated alternative text. Insert online videos into OneNote.
So you can play and pause wherever you need to. If you needed to start this to read somewhere else on the page, you could do that just by scrolling down and finding whatever word you wanted to start at. In addition, you have some options in terms of voice settings. If you needed to change the speed, you could do that. If you wanted to change the voice from female to male, you could also do that. Up at the top, you have a few different options in terms of how you want your text to be laid out. If I click over here on Text Preferences, I can change the text size to be smaller or larger. I can also increase the spacing or decrease the spacing between all of my words and letters. I also have the ability to change the font if I want a different font. And the last option here is to change the background color. The other options that you have available to you is something called the grammar options. So if you wanted to highlight various parts of speech, you could do that by clicking on this dial, and it will highlight all of the nouns, so you can turn that off. You also have the ability to turn syllables on if you wanted to display syllables. These will always be off by default unless you turn them on. And then the last feature you have over here is reading preferences. Reading preferences will allow you to adjust how many lines are being highlighted as the text is being read back to you. So if I turn line focus on, what I can do is I can have the highlighted area only show one line at a time as the text is being read.
OneNote 2016 now has the ability to embed video.
So that is another option that you can turn on and you can turn off. In addition, you have a picture dictionary, which by default appears to be on, and any words that are in the text that is recognized in the picture dictionary, when you click on them, you will see a picture representing that particular word. So those are a few of the different options you have available within the Immersive Reader. To exit out of Immersive Reader, you're just going to click on this arrow, and this will bring you back over to your regular OneNote page. The other option available to you in this Learning Tools toolbar is the Dictation Tool. So when I go ahead and I click on Learning Tools, I have this dictation option. I do suggest you put your cursor kind of where you want your text to appear on screen before you start using it. So we'll come back over and we'll go over to Dictate, and it is now going to record exactly what I am saying. So you can see here it has recorded everything that I'm saying, and you do need a good microphone on your computer in order for this feature to work. To turn this off, I'm just going to go back over to Learning Tools, and I'm going to click on Dictate again to stop. If it doesn't pick up everything exactly the way it should, you can always come back and bring your cursor down here, and you can edit any of the text that has been recorded. So now I'm going to pop over to the OneNote app. So you can see here this looks a little bit different than the other version I was working on. This is OneNote for Windows 10. There's no installation required. The Immersive Reader and Dictation Tool are already built into this. So you can see right now I am on the Home tab of my OneNote app, and under the Home tab the Dictation Tool is right over here. So all I need to do is, again, you can put your cursor somewhere on the page where you want the dictation to appear, and I click Dictate. This is a test of the Dictation Tool in OneNote for Windows 10, period. And then I just click Dictate again in order for it to stop. And this picked it up very well. There's no errors in it, so I don't need to make any changes. The Immersive Reader is going to be in a separate toolbar. It's going to click over here onto View, and then you will see Immersive Reader. So we click on Immersive Reader, and again it changes the screen up a little bit, and it looks very similar to what we saw in the desktop application, and we have the same tools available, and then we can click play.
This is a test of the Dictation Tool in OneNote for Windows 10.
You will notice the voices sound a little bit different depending on which application, which version of OneNote you are using. But when you go to voice settings, you again have the option to change female to male and change the voice speed. And you also have these same options over here that we saw previously in the desktop application. And finally, we're going to hop on over now to the online version of OneNote, which we are looking at right now. And we know we're in the online version because I have a web browser open. You can see I have an address bar. And very similar to the OneNote for Windows 10 app, you are going to find the Immersive Reader as well as the Dictation Tool in the same places. So under the Home tab, you will see the little microphone. This is your Dictation Tool again, so I will be able to use this Dictation Tool within here. This is a test of the Dictation Tool in the online version of OneNote, period. And then I click stop and it will stop doing the recording. Just like the app again, in order to use the Immersive Reader, we're going to head on over to the View menu and we click on Immersive Reader. And once again, it changes the formatting and it looks pretty similar to the way the other two did. And I can again click on whatever word where I want it to start reading and then just click play.
The online version of OneNote. 10 awesome tips and tricks using OneNote class.
And again, same tools in the same place in terms of voice settings and text preferences, etc. are all available in here. And again, to exit out of Immersive Reader, we just click the arrow. So I hope this was helpful in demonstrating the accessibility tools that are available in all three versions of OneNote. Remember, only one version, the desktop application, requires a separate download, whereas the app and the online version already have these tools built in.